And then
Oh, what the fuck, bro? Talk.
hey, what's up, man? Mike, you hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
No.
You don't hear me
What?
at all. You don't hear me?
Louder. Say it louder.
You hear me?
Louder.
Hey!
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello? You scratching?
No.
No? Scratching?
Can you hear Anthony?
No. I don't hear Anthony at all. Now I hear some bullshit.
We were just fucking with you the entire time.
Oh my god, it's great. You're funny, Mike.
Where's your face?
All right, we're recording. Ready for the intro? Mike? Yeah?
Sure.
Anthony? Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
It was Agatha all along. Welcome to another episode of BAM Theories. I'm Bren.
I'm Ant.
What the fuck is this? I'm Mike.
And we're just having a good old time here. So yeah, last episode of Wandavision aired the other day, Friday. And you're here for our thoughts, opinions, some spoiler talk. You want to hear it all? We got some stuff to say. And yeah, so before all that, like, subscribe. I have warrants, so you might not see me on the street for a little bit of hiding. And yeah, so who wants to go first about this episode? We're gonna just jump right into it.
Joe, that shit was crazy.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Mike,
I
did
didn't
you
mind
like
it. I mean, we were completely off on everything that everyone thought, but yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah, they only thing we got right was the witch. That was
And
it.
she wanted her power for herself.
We did
I told
mention
you
that
that.
scrolls will show up, and one scroll did.
Mhm.
We did
I did
mention in
say-
the last episode that Vision was going to fight Vision, which is kind of a giveaway, but still, we said that.
I did say that she was trying to try and take her powers. I did say that, right?
Yeah, that was a great cameo.
Himself. But now he's back in. That's all that really does is he's back in the MC.
See, but
That's all
now,
it is.
right, but exactly. He said, oh, I'm the Vision. And then he just took off. Where'd he go?
He left like he just remembered he left the stove on in his house. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah. And he had to break the glass. He didn't have to break the glass. He can go right through it. Why'd you break it for?
Yeah, you're right. That's kind of dramatic.
Right? Dick.
Like I don't know. It was all for the special effects, baby. But great episode.
Ralph.
We find out
Finally.
who Ralph is.
Just some random dude. Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner.
Yo, I'm really disappointed with that one. You know, really disappointed with that.
All right, I can understand your disappointment with him not actually being Quicksilver. For those of you who watched, the actor who was portraying her brother, recasted Quicksilver, didn't end up being her brother. He didn't end up being Quicksilver from the Fox universe. He ended up being Ralph Boner, who he was a character from the town just playing a role. So a bit of a letdown for certain people, but I think that's what they wanted to do. It was a lot of misdirection.
But he was hidden. Like, he was kept away for all the episodes until, like, those last, what, like 3 or something? 4?
Well, he wasn't being controlled by Wanda. It looked like he was being controlled by Agatha, you know?
Right? Like, how come, like, everybody else was around except him?
I think...
Meanwhile, he lives next door?
Well, I think Agatha
house.
just, you know, she saw the value in having him next door. And that was her trump card, you know? if killing
Ralph.
their dog Sparky wasn't gonna show some sort of like act of compassion, like it maybe, show Wanda using her powers to bring Sparky back. Her next trump card was, hey, all right, she's not using her powers for this traumatic event. Let me bring her brother back and see, if that affects her in some sort of way. Because ultimately, Agatha wanted to see what her power was about.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That was a big fight scene, though.
Yeah, that was probably the best part of the whole thing. Like honestly, the fight scene between the witches and then between Visions, it was the best part of the whole thing.
It was a dope fight scene. I think them saying that what we were going to see was going to rival Endgame was such a big stretch. But I ultimately was happy with the fight, scenes
For a
between
show,
them.
though, like for a series, not
Oh yeah,
like movie theater studio money, but for a series, that wasn't bad. A lot happened from start to finish.
it
You
did.
see how like the car landed on her, and then she had the feet sticking out,
Oh, as
like
soon as I
a
saw
Wicked
that,
Witch of the West.
yeah, I
That
was
was
like, oh,
funny.
that's Wizard of Oz right there. Overall, the storytelling in this has shown that they can definitely take what they have in the movies and stretch it out. I was super happy with how they portrayed Wanda as a character and just her evolving, because throughout her entire tenure in the MCU, she has been a woman with powers, but they never really delve into what her powers are. In Civil War, you just saw a girl shooting red things.
Yeah.
That was it. They never go, or Age of Ultron, same thing. You never understand the scope of her power. But for this really fleshed out her character, and not only that, it elevated her character, because you heard Agnes say, her powers are even greater than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is what Doctor Strange is going to end up becoming. And that's crazy to think. So they really elevated her power set, and that's going to reflect in the next movie, Doctor Strange and the multiverse of.
You think he's gonna like sense that the Darkhold is open and being used or something, and
I
then
think so.
it'll like trigger him to like go to it?
He's
Yeah, it's
definitely going
probably
to
be
be
a
aware
start
of
of the
that.
movie. It's gonna be a start of the movie, probably something like that.
Yeah, like he's going to definitely be aware of that. You can already see how strong she is, because whenever Doctor Strange went into that meditative state to study, he was sleeping. Wanda's over there making tea. She's up. She's able to
Yo,
astral
that
project,
was
but still,
crazy.
she's still up. So that's crazy. That was
She's
the second stinger, I believe, that we're talking
she's
about
a
right
whole
now.
she's a whole nother level. She's just a whole nother level, like that. I told you that the power comes from the chaos magic, though. It's not. It's that's the Scarlet Witch's power. It's chaos magic, which is the most powerful, because it's not even just like a sorcerer's power. It's a god power. You understand? It comes
Yeah.
from the gods and demons. His power is probably unlimited, but she has a small portion of it. So, and I think she's just gonna. And now she's got the other witch's power too. She's just gonna be running stuff, man. Like she's gonna be throwing everybody around. But of course, Doctor Strange is gonna give her a run for her money, because he's
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Doctor Strange.
I think because she said that that there's a whole chapter in the book dedicated to her. I think that's why she wanted to see like, okay, well, what's this about?
All right,
She's really
so just me nitpicking. Just because you could use magic, that means you could read this book.
Yeah, she learned pretty fast. Now think about it, like the last 3 episodes was pretty much one day.
Yeah.
You had the Modern Family episode where she woke up in the morning after Halloween. So that was Modern Family, the whole episode, and then she went down into the basement, and then it was like her whole mindset, like going through all her memories or her traumatic, her trauma, and then she runs outside, and then she starts fighting outside.
Yeah.
That's all. All these episodes are in one day.
And she learned how to do those runes pretty quick. Like if I had to nitpick about
That's what I'm
something,
saying, man.
it
Like,
would be
come
that,
on. How do you even know to do that, though?
magic.
Right? That's what.
But that's what I think that thing is like her.
I don't get it.
I know that transcendent of herself.
That's probably why they threw Jimmy Woo into the series. Magic.
Magic. It's all right. That's like my real major nitpick. As far as our expectations not being met with some of the theories out there. A lot of people are forgetting that these are just theories. Nothing is confirmed. You know, if anyone walked away mad that they didn't show certain characters, that's on you. Like they never confirmed that these people are gonna be in there.
Yeah,
That's
everybody
totally
just
on
like
you.
jumped the gun and said this is gonna happen, and I want
Yeah,
to see that. And
like
Marvel's
they
like, I don't think so.
yeah, like there's a clear cut difference between like storytelling and just theories. And a lot of fans kind of forgot about that because I read a lot of people griping like, oh, Mephisto didn't show up, or we never found out who this
Yet,
astrophysicist is. Things like that. It's
yet,
like, yeah, it's like they never promised this. These are little nods,
aerospace
now
engineer.
the space engineer, like they never promised any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people to get upset over that, it's
Did you
listen,
notice they even really they downplayed that whole scene anyway. She just walked right through. She said, forget about this pod or truck, whatever. She just walked right through. She totally forgot about it. She just like totally
Right?
negated the whole thing.
All this like amp up. Oh, I know a guy. And can get me a truck. All the materials I need to make the truck, and then we're gonna do the truck. And then no, I'm just gonna walk through.
But
I
you
think
had to know. She has to do that though. Because
I
because she has to get the power.
well, yeah, but I also think that serves a different purpose as well. As far as let's say Kevin Feige, he listens. He reads the comments. He
Yeah,
listens to the chat. He watches the YouTube channels and everything. So for them to throw that little bits in,
he's
now
the
he's sitting
ultimate
back
troller.
reading it, and it's like he's reading, he's watching, and now he's not, like he like the watcher, and he knows what us the fans are hyped for. So this is just building, up like, okay, all right, I see that, the fans are really clamoring for this to happen, and they kind of want this to happen. All right, so he's building that hype up.
I feel like in a certain way, all of the series are gonna connect in some form.
I could see that.
Like I don't think it'll go from like WandaVision and then Falcon and Winter Soldier has nothing to do with WandaVision, and then Loki will have a little bit to do with it, and then like Skip. Like I don't know. I think maybe just a little form factor might be a little twist on
Yeah,
what's gonna happen, like intertwined with all the shows connected.
like I could see something being mentioned. As far as the timeline is confirmed, for instance, like Spider-Man takes place a few months after this, I believe. So for the scroll at the very end to mention, a friend of your mother wants to see you, and he's up there. That's a big nod to the Stinger and Spider-Man, with Fury
Isn't
being
that?
up.
Yeah, that's Nick Fury, no?
Yeah, so they're all connected.
Yeah.
The shows are all gonna be connected in some form or fashion, and you got to remember this is the first, I guess, instance that takes place after the snap. So everything's gonna fall in line. So I didn't walk away from this disappointed. Great storytelling. The
It's
story
crazy
arc
how like they just unraveled everything. They kind of like started from the middle, or maybe even like a little bit towards the end, but then worked your way backwards.
Mhm.
As the shows went on, they kind of unraveled it
Yeah.
to the beginning. Like where it all began with her in the lot. That's where it all happened, and then that's where it ended.
Yeah, and like I'm really happy with the Vision's story arc. What he said to her at the end, I was a voice without a body, and so on and so
I
forth.
think it
It
was
really
a body without a
a body
soul
without
or
a
something.
soul, and yeah,
Something like that.
and and then he came back. He's like, we said goodbye once. It stands a reason that we'll say hello again. And that's kind of powerful. You really see his evolution as a character right there. The fact that she's having to give up on the person she loves for the third time,
Dude, the kids
and the kids.
having to
I think
act
the
like
Yeah,
kids are
everything
gonna
is
come back.
fine, okay, good night. And then next thing you know, they go into the other room and then, the thing's like engulfing the house and they're just
I think they're
but
gonna bring those.
into it.
I think they'll bring them back. I
well,
think they'll bring the
definitely.
kids back.
Yeah,
It looks
you
it
heard
looks
them
like
at the end.
yeah,
You heard them asking for her help when she was
they were
reading the book.
calling for their mommy. They were calling for her. So I think that's where the whole nightmare or Mephisto storyline comes into play. She
You know
lost her
what?
kid. Now they're calling for her, and it's like, all right, they're still out there. They still
Yep.
exist in some form or fashion.
You know what it is? It's because she hasn't developed that full power yet. It's the power where she can actually create something from her power. You know what I'm saying? Like create a being. She's able to create that universe, like, you know, that little hex, but that's not creating anything. It's just creating a barrier and changing some minds. Talking about an actual beings, she hasn't. I don't think she's gotten that, like, you know, to that point in her powers yet.
Well,
And I think once she develops it, I think that's when you'll see the kids.
well, not only that, you have Agatha telling her like you have no idea what you just done, and I think she means as far as accepting this Scarlet Witch power,
It's gonna be a ripple
and
effect on
the
the.
chaos magic, fully accepting it, you know, that's gonna call back the god that she got the power from, that originates from. You know, that may even call other people to her attention. Mephisto, Nightmare, you know, these are characters who are gonna have a vested interest in
See,
this
but
power.
now,
And her,
when they said about the kids, like, oh, who are these kids? It's like, no, those are her kids. They're real. She created them.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
But
they're going to come back.
but I feel like that if they were real, that they wouldn't have, you know, decimated or whatever
I don't,
happened to them. I don't think they would have disappeared if they
I
were
don't know
real
if
people, just like the other people. She had to walk by them when she was leaving.
clearly someone is using her kids against her, and we're going to see
Yes.
that in the movie, Doctor Strange, and I think that's going to be a focal point. It looks like Scarlet Witch might be a huge focal point in the Marvel universe for a while now. They're introducing some different storytelling, you know, witchcraft, you know, gods with crazy power. So that's what we're going to see on, at least on the Earth side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from now on, and I'm excited. Like, it ended for Wanda on a good note, at least with the stability of her mind. You know, she went through the whole grieving process, and the last bit usually ends with acceptance, and she accepted that she had to set things right, but she's not going to look good in the eyes of the public because the people of Westview are not going to look at her, you know, like a hero. She wasn't a hero. That, you know, when Agatha released the control, they were like saying, you know, release us or kill us. You know, we see your nightmares. It wasn't a good time for them. But for Scarlet Witch, she kind of understands that, you know, she had to let go of her kids, her husband to make things right. Which I'm a little upset that, you know, like, why didn't the other Vision stick around? Like, what the hell was so important that he had to go running off?
That's what I'm saying. He's just like, I'm Vision, poof, gone.
I don't think he has the emotions yet. I think he's got the
He's-
memories.
I don't know.
I don't think he's definitely had the emotions of this guy.
It could have been a shock for him to come back, you know, like, dude, you died twice, and now, you know, you're back. It is cool to see that he is back. It's kind of weird, like how is he powered?
Where's he gonna end up though?
Probably in Secret. Wasn't it Secret Wars? Isn't that the
He
next one?
flew off to get like a bunch of magic markers to color himself back in.
No, but I mean, wouldn't he be in the next? What is the next one? Secret Wars or Secret?
Secret Invasion.
That I see that. I
Well,
can see him there.
There's Armored
like-
Wars.
like,
No, what happened to
that
that
one.
fat guy that was choking? Remember, she's like, stop it, because he was choking. That's the
Yeah.
only time we saw him.
oh, what's the name's husband? His boss. Yeah.
The only time we saw him, and even out of all the real people, when they showed them, he wasn't there.
You saw the wife.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
a few characters who got some unexpected like spotlight, but they didn't do anything with. You had the mailman who
Yeah,
even,
but
you
still,
know,
that's what I'm saying. Like all
don't kill
like
the
those
messenger.
other main characters are like
those are just red herrings.
the
They have to throw that there.
people, you know. But like that one guy never came back.
I think those are just all red herrings. You have to throw
Maybe he
that there.
did die,
You know,
though. Maybe he did die, and that was like one of like the deaths of that lady. Maybe it
Can you
was her
imagine?
husband that did die, and because of this whole world, she brought him back for that night or whatever, that time.
I'm supposed to be Vision's boss, though, but I like that company. I don't know.
Yeah.
but yeah, I feel like Hayward didn't get enough. He's a dick.
They didn't reveal him either.
Yeah, he's just
he
Hayward
just got
Hayward.
arrested.
That's all.
They revealed him. He's a dick. That's it. Like,
No,
He
but he
shot
didn't
at
like reveal
kids.
like his character. They didn't reveal like why he got arrested. I mean, like they just said, okay, you got arrested. Like he wasn't like I thought he was supposed to be somebody, and he turned out to be nobody, and then he just gets arrested by the same people, or like be the FBI. I mean, like, I don't understand the whole
maybe
deal.
they arrested him for some of the calls that he was doing, the way he handled the situation, endangering people's lives. That's why I feel he was arrested. He's just a total dick. Now, to argue on his behalf. He's kind of suffering from the same things that Tony Stark was going through in Age of Ultron, that PTSD with the idea that this dude survived the snap, and so he had to handle everything that happened with the snap. So his idea was, I gotta get, I had to rebuild the Vision to make him like the best weapon possible to protect the world. So he was dealing with that, but just this whole execution of it, he was a total dick. Like, he pulled out a gun on kids and shot them. I was shot at them, which was a pretty cool scene because now we got Photon, and you got this, a chance to see her powers.
Yeah, they pulled her in there for that split second. I thought they were gonna do more with her. I thought she was gonna be more in the fight scene, and you're gonna see a little more of her. But all she did was that 5 seconds of that, to help out with the kids. The kids did the kids helped too. That Wiccan did some of it also, stop some of those bullets.
Well, yeah, Wiccan did that. Speed stole everything. Stole stole the hat. You got to realize that this is more of an introduction to her character. She's gonna appear in Captain Marvel Part 2.
I was gonna say that one's coming up soon.
So
Captain Marvel one's coming up.
It's pretty cool. I'm happy with how it turned out. I mean, I wish some of the theories came true, but those are just theories. I can't be upset, that they didn't come true. And I think the storytelling was awesome. I'm happy with the character arcs, and this is a real good start for Marvel.
Dude. Like how they can do that with storytelling is unreal. Like the everything, man. Like the unraveling of every part of her grief and misery and sadness and everything. It was incredible, actually.
I even like the battle between Vision and White Vision. Not the actual battle, but like the philosophical battle that they started having.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty cool. Like he really put
That's
into
him though. That sounds like him, and he's that role. And the role he had to blink the robot back in because he had to bring him back. I mean, exactly. But that was just the way to do it because obviously he wasn't gonna outpower him. He wasn't gonna outpower him.
He had to make him. You had to give him a theory and make him realize.
Yeah, he had to outsmart him, pretty much, because he couldn't. As far as his power concerned, it's exactly the same. They would have been sitting there all day, going back and forth, going inside each other, going past each other, knock each other around like it was crazy. He had to outsmart him, and that was his theory was, and making him think about everything, and then just touching him and bringing the memory back was.
Yeah, he had to make him realize that like actually he's the real Vision, and that he's not. Like the White Vision is the real one, and he's just like a manifested Vision. So really, he's not fake. I mean, he's not real. So, and his mission was to destroy the Vision, but he is the Vision. So it was a whole paradox of that, and he had to make him realize that. And how he did that was pretty cool.
And like going back to like Wanda and Agatha's battle, Wanda had to outsmart her as well, because Wanda she's stronger than Agatha. Agatha has so much more knowledge.
Oh yeah.
So for her, to pull a fast one on her, because the first time I was watching it, I'm like, damn, like Wanda is missing hella shots. I'm like it wasn't even like she was trying to hit her. She was like, hit her over here.
She was hitting the walls
over here.
She was outright hitting the walls to make those things.
I think that's what she was doing. I think she was like doing the runes.
Yeah, she was like setting it up like to do the runes around her. Yeah. But it was cool that she was able to kind of think that. And also shout out to Black Widow, who kind of trained her as well, because in Age of Ultron you have Black Widow asking her a bunch of questions on their first mission that we were able to see, at least. No, not Civil War. Right. And so yeah, it's cool, just to see the evolution of Wanda. Her outfit looks legit as hell. Like it's super.
Did you see the comparison? They made there's a thing online that made a comparison to Magneto's.
I saw that, yeah.
And almost it's got the similar.
Even her like the headdress has an M in it, like a double M. So that's pretty cool.
It's not over the top, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is the reason why they don't have comic accurate costumes, because in real life it'll look ridiculous." But it's the way they had it though. It was like streamlined.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you have Captain America, who has like one of the dorkiest outfits in the comic books. It's like American flag, red, white, and blue, and they made it look legit in the movies. So I think they have that formula where they can borrow. They don't make it 100% comic accurate, but it fits. It feels like something that you can see in real life and be like, oh, I'm okay with this.
Like Aunt always says, they got to do a little originality as well, because it's got to be a little new. Make us like, oh shit. Give us they got to give us the wow factor. So of course they're gonna make it like, oh, okay. Cause I liked it also at the end where she had that outfit, because her original outfit does not fit right now. It looks like you're going back to the 80s, and it looks like a Halloween costume. But now the legit, the new one looks legit. Like this, you can see her going next movie with.
Elizabeth Olsen even mentioned that she was very appreciative of what they did with the outfit, because Scarlet Witch's clothing is known for like a lot of cleavage.
Yeah.
So she was very appreciative that they fixed that up, and her boobs aren't out on display. I love the way it looked. She has the crown. She got her wild red hair chilling in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It fits. She even has the hood that she threw on. It was pretty cool.
Now, I don't know if she's wearing a wig or not, but she did Jimmy Fallon a few days ago, and she said she was in the middle of filming Doctor Strange, but her hair is a lot darker. It's like a darker reddish brown.
It's probably a wig.
Definitely not as light as it was in the series.
That spoof interview she did. That kind of like gave her like a movie scene at the same time, like the actual Wanda show.
Like yeah. But she did like the interview itself though. Like, I mean, there was that little skit, but then they did the interview, and her hair it's a lot darker. So maybe it's a wig. Maybe in the movie,
you don't know her.
Maybe she's turning more evil or something.
That's where I was just going to get to. That's the one part I was just going to get to now. And I was saying this to you guys before. I was like, now where in the universe is she going to be? You know what I mean? Like, is she going to be bad? Is she going to be good? Is she going to continue being like an Avenger, or is she going to become a villain?
Maybe
she
Strange
can go
is
either
helping
way.
her. It's teaching her.
Oh.
Maybe she, just screwed up the whole multiverse by doing this, and that he's like, listen, you got to come and fix this. So he'll come along with her and try and help her. Or I don't know.
I personally think that the movie with Doctor Strange is going to set up for something bigger, and it might end with an ultimatum where she's going to have to do something crazy to get her kids. And when I say crazy, I don't necessarily something that's good.
Maybe when they disappeared, they went to another universe.
It could be that. It could just be someone, impersonating her kids for their benefit. Like, who knows? But I think what happens in the movie is going to trigger some crazy events. That's my prediction.
I mean, aren't they in one of the other Earths anyway? The kids not in the original Earth anyway, aren't they? They're in they're on the other Earth, like 16. I think 616 or something. No,
616. Yeah, that's the regular Marvel universe.
That's like their Earth Prime.
That's the main Earth, 616.
Yeah,
I thought that was an alt. Okay.
Nope.
What happened to the witness protection guy?
Huh?
The witness protection guy who went missing, but
yeah,
he was originally in witness protection. Who is it? What does that have to do with anything? Why even mention that? Just be like, some crazy shit's happening.
It was Roger Boner.
That's it, right?
Probably.
Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner. Like, who? There were
horrible.
like so many little things that they said that they didn't follow up with. So I wish that would have been neater. Maybe they have bigger plans for them later on the line. Who knows? We do know that a lot of these characters are returning. You'll see Wanda in Doctor Strange. You'll see Monica is going to be in Captain Marvel. And then even Jimmy Woo is going to be in Ant-Man, who reportedly now the Fantastic Four may debut in Ant-Man. Who knows?
That would actually be good, because Ant-Man and Fantastic Four, Hank Pym,
they go hand in hand. And on top of that, Kang the Conqueror has been a big thorn on the side, not only the Avengers, but in Fantastic Four as well. So, maybe introducing them into Ant-Man would be the smarter thing to do. Who knows?
I would like to see them to revamp the Fantastic Four. That'd be nice, and not do it like just do a movie because for a contract. They like to actually legit go into the Fantastic Four because Fantastic Four is a nice comic. It's interesting. They do a lot of big things, you know, and they have a lot of they have not just the regular family either. There's other characters that get in there as well.
Historically, they've been called the first family of Marvel, but now that we see Wanda and her family, do they take over that role? Like,
no,
no,
this guy dead.
this guy, no, he's back now.
This guy dead.
He got dead, but now I'm super happy that he is legit back. Like, I love him as an actor. Well, then he's charismatic. Even my wife, she saw Vision, well, his full red face. She said, "How the hell are you still handsome with the red face?" He's a good-looking guy. He's an awesome actor, and just to have him as Vision much longer is cool.
That was good trolling, though. That was good trolling.
Yeah, the actor I've been wanting to play.
Messed everybody up with that.
Himself,
right?
He wanted to meet He wanted to meet the Vision. He wanted to work with the Vision, the real one.
Oh, I wanted to slap Hayward so much when he was telling Wu, if only he had a little more vision. Like, shut up with your corny ass pun. It was like,
Wu was like,
you just don't like that guy, huh?
I don't really he played a real
Wu with the
dickhead.
paperclip.
Oh, Flourish.
Yeah.
I really want him to be somebody though. I want him to be like some bad guy or something. Because like this guy just come out to be somebody in that we don't know yet.
Maybe
he's not dead. He's not dead. He was only arrested. So who knows?
He just got arrested, and who knows? Like, they might some other storyline. They might show him up in prison somewhere, and
maybe this next
somebody
series.
else, or they're trying to brainwash him or interrogate him over something.
You know what? You know what? No, we're not thinking about. Maybe this division could actually be Falcon and this next series. He can. You know what I'm saying? He could go back to Shield or whatever they call it now, whatever sword, shit, whatever they want to call him in this verse over here. But he can go back and he can end up somehow appearing in this series. Why not? He's part of the Avengers. He's, you know what I mean? He could pop up.
All right, now
what says no?
At the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, when they showed Fury, I thought like, oh shit, like he's running Sword. But all of a sudden Hayward's the acting director of Sword. Now it appears that Nick Fury is already up there. He's already chilling with the Skrulls. So is it part of Sword, or does Nick Fury have his own thing going on now?
Yo, Fury's been up there this whole time. Did you hear that about this whole thing? Somebody was telling me, I don't know if this is the truth, but
since Spider-Man,
that he's always been a Skrull, that he's been sending, that he's never actually been down on the earth, that he's always been a Skrull in all the movies. This is a Skrull that was set by him because he's been in space this whole time.
Nah, I think it's because from Spider-Man, he's been a Skrull.
Maybe
I think people are just like, oh, he was a Skrull for every movie ever since he started. No, I think just since he met the Skrulls, this is a deal that he was like, yo, take my place real quick while I do some stuff up there, and that's it.
Because isn't that part of Secret Invasion or something?
Yeah, he's gonna be in Secret Invasion.
And Coulson supposedly. So yeah,
come on, I want Coulson back. I miss Coulson. Coulson and Wu, dynamic duo.
That'd be such a cool team up. All right, so I got the only man crush on Wu. He's like the most happiest dude. He's so cool. He can take charge. He fights when he has to. He's breaking out of handcuffs.
What happened to Darcy? They gave her a little. She just like ran over.
She had like one. She had one line. She said, "Enjoy prison," and then she bounced.
Right.
Like, so this really sold me on Darcy as a character, and
but she has other Marvel roles though. She has other Marvel stuff. She said.
Yeah, I mean, I think these characters are just gonna keep on appearing because they have such a they have such a following. Even they're side characters. People just are falling in love with them, so they're definitely gonna toss them in more projects, and that's pretty cool. Like, I can't wait to see more Darcy. I want to see more Wu, which is a weird thing to say. Like,
you do need it. It can't only be superheroes. Can't the whole everybody
That's
can't be
true.
all superheroes.
See,
They
that's the
have to put
thing.
in real people too.
That's the thing. And you said that, that's a weird thing to say, but um so Anthony Mackie, he did Hot Ones, and he said that he likes the supporting character role because they get more of that. It's kind of like carrying the weight of, the main actor. So like it's more on them. So he likes that aspect of it, which
Yeah, like
I mean, if
they
you
really
think
know
about it,
how.
like what when you get an award, it's best supporting actor.
Like yeah,
It's
no, like they really do help carry the story. They bring more personality to the overall story. And for me, like every time I saw Wu, it was always awesome seeing him. Like, oh, what is he gonna do now? It's just like this scene. He's all happy and like,
yeah.
I
Even
can't wait to
getting
see more Wu.
he got caught. Like he got caught, he was threatened, and he's still doing it with a smile on his face,
Yeah,
joking around.
Yeah,
he's like,
because he's
oh, he's like,
FBI
you're
man.
bluffing. Am I?
He's FBI man. He's got that cool. He's got the FBI cool. Like I don't give a shit because FBI can save me one day.
Like, can you be in here like inside the hour?
Yo, man, like he called up and they were like all of a sudden there. Like he must have called his buddy that was in like 2 towns away or something.
I know, right? He called the Jersey division.
Right?
Can you get here within the hour?
But yeah, final thoughts on WandaVision. We're about to break this video up. I loved it. It told a cohesive story from beginning to start, and I didn't walk away disappointed. It was definitely one of the top tier Marvel experiences, and I'm happy that Marvel is back. We had a little hiatus with no Marvel movies or shows, and they're back.
I mean,
There's gonna be a Marvel, there's something Marvel every week for the rest of the year because they have Marvel Legends, and it's kind of like the backstory of the main characters of whatever series is happening. So they
Check that
have
out. Disney Plus just released the episode for Winter Soldier and Falcon. So
there you go. They
check
did
that out.
Wanda and Vision, and it was the only 2 episodes. And
And
then you're
boom, there
gonna
you go.
have Falcon Winter Soldier, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier starts every week.
So yeah, Mike, your thoughts? 30
I'm up
seconds,
and
go.
I'm up and down. It was. I mean, I like the certain appearances. I like certain parts of it. I'm looking for more, and I was like I said, I was a little disappointed, but we'll see what happens.
See, you're looking for more. That's how every drug dealer operates to get you hooked on a little stuff, and you want more.
See?
Listen. Get your ass back to Brooklyn. Stop with this drug dealer shit. We're in movies right now, okay? We're in the Marvel universe. There's no ghetto-ness to this. Just kidding.
Listen, this is the Marvel drug, right?
Listen, you're a Marvel
Smoke that
drug.
shit.
You're a Marvel.
Doing those drugs,
Go.
by the way.
Okay.
All right,
And
well, that was
yeah,
it.
that's all. So
Wanda was
you just
awesome.
saw us.
WandaVision was awesome. I want more.
Yeah.
I would definitely watch another season. I don't care what it's about. But definitely looking forward to the rest of the series, that whatever episodes or shows that they're coming out with.
And
Right.
that's it. Bam Theories, love WandaVision. So catch us next time for our, I guess, Winter Soldier and Falcon show.
But I'm bum.
And then